good evening, hello, welcome to Friday, welcome to the weekend, and welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager series. You join us today as we will be doing the full race in COTA. And as you can see on screen, a bit of bad news as we've got a grid penalty for one of our drivers. But I hope you're all doing well, hope you've had a good week, and hope you're ready for the weekend. And we have some actual Formula 1 action back this weekend, and lots of teams up and down the pit lane bringing upgrades. Historically is the case. Once we hit Europe, we see those upgrades coming in. So all the big teams, but all the teams really up and down the grid. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes up for qualifying tomorrow. But yeah, as I say, today for us, we are in COTA, and this was a sprint race weekend. We've done the sprint race off stream, and Maloney got caught in an accident. Well, he caused an accident with Behrman. They both crashed out. Significant damage on Zane Maloney's car that we had to replace for quali and for this race. But what that also means is Zane Maloney has an 8th-place grid penalty. So he is going to start this race in P19. So a lot of work to do for Zane Maloney. And the other thing you'll see on screen, intermediate. So it's going to be wet. We've got wet weather inbound here today. So if we look at the track graph, rain's going to start from around about lap 15. And probably I think we'll be changing to inters around about the lap 20 mark. And from there, it's inters all the way. So we're starting on a dry compound tyre. Then we need to switch over to inters. I'm going to switch it up with our two drivers though. Colapinto starts P8. He's going to go mediums. Then he's going to split with two stops overall, but he's going to use two sets of inters. So he's going medium, inters. Maloney's going for the one stopper, dry compound onto the inters, staying on those inters for the full race. So we'll see how it works out. Maloney, a little bit of a gamble because he's starting all the way back in 19th. The other thing to mention with that crash with Maloney, he's absolutely wrecked his latest gearbox. So down to 41%. The next best one is 46%. So he's going to struggle. 3 races left of this season. He's going to have a poor gearbox now until the end of the year. But with that said, I think we are ready to jump straight into this one then and start the full racing COTA. Colapinto, good chance of points. Maloney, a lot of work to do, especially, as I say, with a bit of a worn out gearbox, but that's his own fault for crashing, and we haven't got the money to put a fresh one in now until the end of the year, so he's got to get these gearboxes to the end of the season. But let's start this one in COTA then and see how we go.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action.
Let us jump straight in then. Hopefully Colapinto can get us some points here today.
It's the United States Grand Prix.
And it's Kimi Antonelli who put it on pole here in qualifying by 1/1000th of a second from Max Verstappen. And Kimi gets us underway, but it's Colapinto for us in P8. First step for us is try to fend off Lewis Hamilton, who's in P9 here, into T1, and we do. Antonelli keeps the lead in that Mercedes, and Colapinto safely through then in P8, Maloney P19, as we are alongside Yuki Tsunoda and Oscar Piastri, and that is a double move for Colapinto from P8 up to P6. What tyres are they on? Piastri actually on the sauce. Well, that is a beautiful move from Franco, and Zane Maloney pulling out his own moves at the back here.
Go into turn 4. There's the opening.
And I think that's Ollie Behrman, who he crashed with in the sprint race. Ollie Behrman's still with him, to be fair, so I'm not sure if this is quite finished. We'll soon see. Yes, Behrman concedes in the end. So Maloney gains a position. Colapinto gains 2. Up to P6. Not sure we can stay there with Franco and Oscar Piastri having a look. Well, that's a lovely start for our driver. And he's getting a nice little toe now off Charles Leclerc. He's going to move out nice and early. Charles looks to be on the hard tyre there. He is indeed. That's quite bold. Not sure hard is the way to go, but we could be wrong on that. Maloney, let's go aggressive on the overtakes. Colapinto, let's defend quite hard.
Yeah, copy.
So about to complete the first lap, and Colapinto is up 2 positions from 8th to 6th. Lucas, hello buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. And Lucas with the gifts, thank you buddy. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, buddy. Right, DRS enabled. Alright, Colapinto, P6. Piastri's nearly out of the DRS, but he is just going to stay in that DRS. We better stay on the battery, actually, because I think if we drop off that, I'm going to lose out. I don't want to burn these tyres up because we're waiting for the rain, of course.
So close.
Keep focus on our race.
And without that rain, we're going to really struggle.
Try to push down a bit more on your tires.
Copy.
Maloney still P18. Colapinto holds P6, but he's got those behind him now on DRS. Piastri's going to be coming at him heavy here. Bortoletto's locked up. That's another place for Maloney, but there goes Oscar Piastri into P6.
We are at P7.
Colapinto down to P7. Maloney gets that overtake on Bortoletto. So I think we're just going to see Bortoletto. Yeah, not sure what Bortoletto's up to out there, but Maloney up to P17. Lucas, more gifts. Thank you, buddy. Tom, perfect. In from the start. Good stuff, buddy. Right, Colapinto then. Is this? We're not really be expecting to fight with these guys, so I'd take that'd be P9 today. We would certainly take P9. Lucas Morgis, thanks, buddy. Right, lap 3 then. Colapinto P7, but as we've been saying here, we're probably not going to be fighting Tsunoda and Hamilton. It's really, we want to be trying to fight Alonso if we can, but certainly the two Williams. We want to hold on to at least a point here today. There goes Yuki. Up the inside then. Colapinto holds him off for now, but when Yuki opens that DRS, that's going to be pretty much game over, I'd imagine. And we want to save a bit of battery, so there goes Yuki Tsunoda. What's Maloney doing back here? He's got DRS on Hadjar, who's got no DRS. And Maloney sent one down the inside, a little bit too far back on that occasion. But yes, hope you're all doing well if you're into the stream. Hope you've had a good week. And if you haven't already, do smash that like button, super appreciated. And let me know in the comments who your top 3 for qualifying in Imola is going to be. Colapinto should just hold on to the DRS to Yuki Tsunoda. The issue here is Alonso and Albon are in the DRS of Hamilton. I would have liked to seen them drop off the DRS, which would have helped us pull a gap. That's fine. Lewis Hamilton having a look on the inside, and he's going to stay there. You can get forced out wide there. We do we lose the position? Franco doesn't want to lose it. He's going to fight it back, and he fights it back well. Tyre life, everyone about the same. Lewis is still there. These two going at it. But I think we're going to have to concede this, and Lewis is through. Is he, or is he? Franco's still alongside him. He really doesn't want to give this up. But all it's doing is bringing into play Fernando Alonso and that Williams, and I think ideally that's who we're fighting today. Right, we will get DRS here though. Yeah, I was looking at tyres. It's all about the same in terms of usage at the moment. And if you've missed the start, we've got rain coming in on this race from around about, should start to fall lap 15, 16. Probably switch to inters around lap 20, somewhere between 15 and 20. We will need to put on some inters. So Colapinto, P9. Started P8, but he had a couple of faster cars behind. So P9, I think, probably is the maximum we can achieve today. I'd be happy with P10, so at least a point is what we're aiming for. Fernando is on the hard tyres, as is Albon. So they've got a little bit more tyre life to play with. And Colapinto's just lost the DRS here to Lewis Hamilton. So now he's going to be under pressure from Fernando, who looks to be pushing quite heavily. Albon did just get DRS as well, so he's going to be straight back with us as well. Here comes Fernando Alonso. It's long up the hill, left-hander at COTA, and Fernando is free, and that's what can happen. You can be pushed out wide. We don't lose too much time. But not ideal there. Alright, so this is where I think our fight is today with Alonso and Albon. And Maloney, he was with Hadjar briefly, but Hadjar's scarpered down the road, 2.7 seconds. As I say, Maloney has got a poor gearbox in the car. That's not through error by us. It's the best, well, one of the best gearboxes he's got. So Hadjar may be struggling to get to the rain, though, with 75% tyre life. Colapinto, DRS. He did have DRS on Alonso, but Alonso's really pushed up the road as well. Those hard tyres working for Fernando. We might just have to go a little bit aggressive here to try and stay with Fernando. Because if we lose any time here, we're going to be really struggling. Hulkenberg's fighting Sainz, actually. He's just got past.
Mode attack. Mode attack.
Colapinto can't quite get to the DRS, and again, this is just going to be problematic for him here. As Alonso's moving past Yuki Tsunoda, we're not going to have DRS. We have used a bit of battery there. Hopefully that's going to be enough to keep Albon behind. I think it will be. He's gaining. I think he's too far back. He is. And Alonso's battle with Tsunoda means we've closed in on him. We might get DRS. Killshot, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Maloney is not really closing in on Hadjar, is he? I think Maloney's just going to struggle to the end of the season now because of that gearbox, unfortunately. But you'll see that when we drop the episode, because it all happened in the sprint. Maloney tried to overtake Behrman, went into his side pods, and really high-speed accident into the barriers, and absolutely wiped out his last good gearbox. Colapinto then has got DRS. Not only has he got DRS, he's having a good old look at Yuki Tsunoda up the inside, but now Yuki has the inside for the two right-handers. And Yuki Tsunoda, I think, is going to just about hold on to that. Are we going to try and send one down here? No, we're not. So Colapinto is with Yuki, who's just dropped off Alonso momentarily. Yuki might be managing his tyres a bit because he's used a bit more than he probably wanted to. In terms of rain, as I say, rain is due to start falling lap 15. I think crossing over to the Inters will be around about lap 18 to 20. And Franco is about to get a nice helping of DRS here. George Russell that now leads. It's really changed up front, hasn't it? We'll have a look at that in a moment. But here comes Franco Colapinto up the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. And he is through, but I don't think we've really got the pace to pull away from Yuki. Yeah, it's Kimi Antonelli on pole from Verstappen from Russell. And Antonelli and Verstappen have dropped to third and fourth. Russell now leads the championship leader, and Norris is up to P2. Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen all chasing down Russell, so they need to make some moves to try and beat Russell today. Maloney now 2.8 on Hadjar. He has got 2 seconds to Gasly. Maloney obviously going for the one stopper, but it doesn't really affect him. Everyone's on the same sort of strategy on this first stint, if you know what I mean. Everyone's just bolting on a set of dries until we get to the wet, and then it's whether you go for 2 inters or 1, basically. Yuki Tsunoda moving back past us. Albon's just dropped out of the DRS, but we concertina up a little bit there. This is the problem with fighting. We bring Albon close to us. Ideally, don't want to be doing this, Franco. Just try and stay with Yuki. Because Albon's getting closer. And we do move back past Tsunoda, but again, we've given Albon DRS basically there by doing that. And of course, we've given it to Yuki. Daisy, thanks for the follow. But yeah, we give the DRS, of course, to Tsunoda, but also Albon. So not ideal. What I think I might ask Franco to do here, go low on the overtake aggression. Try to sit in the DRS of Yuki Tsunoda here. And just use Yuki's pace to pull us away from Albon. Because I think our fight is with Albon today, rather than Yuki. I was thinking it might be with Alonso, but he's pulled 3 seconds. And Albon's suddenly got a charge on, hasn't he? Yeah, Albon. What is Albon on? He's suddenly really pushing. Vianelli, thanks for the follow. Fiducio. English, unfortunately. Hope what you're saying is kind. Colapinto then does retain the DRS on Yuki, but I think Albon's going for a little bit of a push because he's suddenly all over our gearbox. So let's just combat that by keeping on the battery. What's Maloney up to? Maloney still just P17, no man's land really. Not gaining on Hadjar really. And Hadjar started to manage his tyres a bit. So yeah, Maloney just really got no pace. I think that gearbox is going to be a real issue for him. Right, we're starting to spread out a little bit here, hopefully. Melik Peralta, thanks for the follow. Right, here we go. DRS again. Well, I said we're spreading out. Alex is right with us again, and we're right on Albon. Lida or Lida, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Colapinto up the inside then. And Colapinto back to P9. Do we try and use some pace? I think it's just going to be so hard to pull away from Yuki. We're trying really not to fight Yuki, but get rid of Albon. And Albon's nearly out of that DRS. He is out of that DRS. We're asking Colapinto not to really fight. We'll put him on rarely defend here as well. Soraya, thanks for the follow. And if you're jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Super appreciated and really helps me out. So lap 9, Lando Norris actually leads now, and Antonelli is getting past his teammate Russell into P2. This should be Yuki Tsunoda back past Colapinto here. And then Colapinto, we just want him to stay with Yuki, stay in his DRS and start pulling a gap on Alex Albon, ideally. Albon is out of the DRS now, 1.6. Just want to use a bit of this battery, just stay with, just get that extra helping of DRS across the start-finish straight from Yuki. If we can. But Yuki is pushing down the road. Looks like we're going to lose the DRS potentially. We're closing. Well, that should be good. Should be good just to get the DRS here. If we can get 2 seconds on Alex, that would be very nice indeed. But yeah, in terms of Imola qualifying, I'm going to go for a Lando Norris pole. I think he's took a lot of stick. I think he's going to bounce back. I think a Lando Norris pole this weekend. I'm going to go Max Verstappen second, George Russell third. Feel Oscar might have a little bit of a wobble in quali. My predictions are normally completely wrong, so don't pay attention to that too much. But let me know in the comments what you think's going to happen in quali this weekend. Who's your top 3? Maloney's 1.5 off Hadjar now, so he's slowly getting there. It's Norris, as we said, leads momentarily as we join it, as Kimi Antonelli's going to get past him. It's actually 1.7 between first and fourth in this race, so very close between the leaders. Colapinto is holding on to the DRS of Yuki, and he's maintaining a 2-second gap to Albon. That's exactly what we want to do here. Does he look for the move? No. More than happy to just sit in there. We can go back to always defend. Let's have a look at tyres, shall we? 61. Colapinto's tyres quite good, actually. So if some of these drivers have to ease off their tyres because they're waiting for the rain, Colapinto might be able to take advantage of that. Let's wait and see on that one. Colapinto will remain in that DRS then of Tsunoda. And nice, we're just nicely following him. This is what I wanted, really. It's now 2.2 to Alex, so that's what we like to see. So due to stop, what did we actually set it up on? Lap 17, didn't we? But we've just got to monitor this rain, basically. So if you have a look at this graph here, the rain due to start, it's actually saying a little bit earlier now, lap 14. I think it's going to change into around lap 18 to 19. So it is going to be a wet race till the end from about lap 15 to 20. Somewhere between those laps, we'll be having to bolt on some inters, and we'll be staying on those inters till the end as Franco Colapinto up the inside of Yuki Tsunoda again. And if we get past Yuki here, we're not going to though. I was going to say it might be a chance to use some of that extra tyre he's got. He's got a good tyre advantage on both Tsunoda and Alonso. Don't want to bolt too early with that though. But yeah, I'm looking forward to quali tomorrow. Lots of cars up and down the grid, as I said, bringing upgrades. Well, all the teams really, as is the case once we get to Europe. And it'll be interesting to see if any of the big players make some serious steps in terms of Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull, of course, and even McLaren might extend their gap with their upgrades. So it's going to be interesting quali tomorrow. So we stay behind Yuki Tsunoda, keeping that gap to Albon by 2 seconds. Maloney's still about 2 seconds off Hadjar. Some of these into the 40% range down here, so Hadjar might have a chance later on in this stint. Still got a good 3-4 laps until it rains at all. If anything, we'd like the rain to be a bit extended.
Okay, do your best there.
And Maloney is actually being overtaken by Stroll, who got knocked out in Q1. Stroll now making his way through. That Aston Martin has got some pace in it, as we see with Fernando Alonso. But unfortunately, Maloney is running with a pretty poor gearbox, and I think that's going to cost him. And Neleric, thanks for the follow. So really, that's why we're mainly concentrating on Colapinto today, because Maloney's got a slim to no chance of points today. Colapinto certainly has a chance at least P10 as we join him with DRS again. Gaining on Yuki Tsunoda yet again. Looks at that inside. Maybe we should go back high on the aggression overtake. So I think we've got tyre advantage now to use. Yeah, 7%, 6-7%. I think we should try and get past Yuki and see if we can close down Fernando Alonso, get into Fernando Alonso's DRS. As I say, it's still another 3 laps until we should see any rain, but we would benefit from that rain being pushed a little bit further out, really. Because we've got the best tyres, really. We're matching Leclerc, who's on hards. Hamilton, actually, the tyre whisperer himself, he's got 60%, 59%, so he's looking very good. But then the cars that we're around, we've got good tyre life. As Maloney's race engineer says wet weather is predicted, they're saying 4 minutes, so that will be around about lap 14-15. But we've dropped Albon to 3.5 seconds, and this is exactly what we want, a little bit of a buffer to P11, just so we can secure P10. We don't have to worry about what's going on behind us. But I think now is the time to have a bit of a pish with Franco Colapinto. Let's jump on board with Franco and see if we can get past Yuki Tsunoda. And see that 2.9 second gap that Alonso's maintaining on Yuki. Can Colapinto make some inroads? As we'll get the DRS here, we're going to use some battery out of this corner. We've built that out quite nicely. And here we go, slipstreaming. DRS isn't even open now. Now it is. That gives us the extra horsepower. The ease on past Yuki Tsunoda. And that was very easy indeed with battery assisted and DRS assisted. And we'll use this tyre life for a little bit. And already we're 2 seconds behind Fernando. So let's just push on. We're really eating into Fernando straight away. Stroll is locked up. And that has put Maloney back past him.
Let's take a look here at turn 10.
So we can see Maloney right behind him. Lance Stroll is going to have a moment.
Well, you can see the lockup, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that had on
And
the
there we go.
tyres.
Maloney back past him then into P17. Well, let's see what Colapinto can do here. The rainfall is about 3 minutes away now. Has got a yellow flag. Someone's just running wide. Oh, was that Franco?
Now,
Wasn't that wide, was it?
Action closely here. Oh no, wide they go.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I did see him go wide, but I mean, I didn't think that would warrant a yellow flag. That was a bit, yeah. I mean, we saw him go wide, but they threw up a yellow flag, which I thought significantly someone would be out on the side of the track there. Colapinto was out wide for a millisecond, but anyway. Let's go back to standard. We've dropped out of Yuki's DRS, but I think he'll be able to pull that back in. And we just tried to close on Fernando. And we did close that gap, but not enough at the moment. So 2 more minutes, and we should have some rainfall. Maloney can attack a bit. Let's use some of his tyre.
Try to minimize the gap with the car in front now.
What's Stroll's tyres down to, actually? 26%. Stroll. Lockup has cost him big there. He can't pit. He's got to wait until the rain. So Stroll's going to be going very slow in P19 now. Is anyone else struggling for tyres? Lawson getting down to about 39%. No one's really that bad. Everyone's managed it pretty well. But what I'm liking here is, although Yuki's going to get back into our DRS, Sainz, who's now past Albon actually, the Williams are now 6.5 seconds off us. So this is exactly what we want. Just to try and secure P10. Every point helps us. And who knows, there might be some drama ahead of us. Abigail, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Right, whilst we've got no action going on, let's just forward on a slight bit. Hello, Yuki Tsunoda, talking of no action, is now in our DRS. Right, the rain has started. So let's see how quickly this is going to fall. 0.5. I think we can stay out another lap or so here, but we could probably attack and use the rest of this tyre now. Because it's not going to be very long. I don't think anyone will box the end of this lap. It's not falling quick enough. Stroll down to 22% tyre life. Really struggling out here. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda back at Franco Colapinto. As we've been saying all the way through this, we're not really fighting this Red Bull. We've kind of been using Yuki, using his DRS to extend the gap on the Williams, which we've now got 6 seconds on them. So there goes Yuki Tsunoda past us. And we're nearly, well, we're halfway, more than halfway through this lap, and it's only 0.20 millimeters. So it's definitely not this lap. It might not even be next lap that we box. Maloney is all over Hadjar here as his DRS slammed shut there briefly, but here we go. Maloney alongside Isaac Hadjar, and he's through on the inside, so Maloney has finally made a move. Barring those at the start. Again, we did say he might be able to take advantage at the end of this stint because he's saved quite a bit of tyre life, and that's what he's doing now. So Maloney up to P16. Tsunoda's really kicking on down the road. Stroll has got a puncture. Oh, it goes from bad to worse to Stroll. He's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. Oh, and he's holding Ocon up a treat there, isn't he? Gets out of the way. But Stroll, the go that is Lance Stroll, locked up. Killed his tyres because of that lockup, and he's been trying to hold out for this rain. He's going to have to box at the end of this lap. It's probably a lap too early for Inters, but he's got no real choice. He's going to have to come in and put on the Inters now. So Stroll just out here doing Stroll things as he rolls into the pits. Colapinto, do we come in at the end of this lap? It's only 0.44. I think it's still another lap away, you know. Depends where we are when we get to the start-finish straight. Tsunoda's really pushed on. He's straight on Fernando Alonso. We've still got 6 seconds to Albon. That's the main thing for us. Tsunoda's in fact passed Alonso, so Tsunoda is really using the pace that he had in that Red Bull. Of course, thanks for the follow. I think we're going to go one more lap. The rate that is falling, it's about probably about 0.28 a lap. So I think by next lap it'll be perfect. So let's go next lap. Are you looking forward to my team F125? I am indeed, yes. I haven't really played the last F1, but with the changes to my team, certainly looking to pick that up. Right, all of the top 9 have come in. I'm going to go next lap with both drivers.
Box is lap.
Right, so everyone is coming in. The Williams are going to have to double stack. That's even better for us because Sainz is going to lose time being the second Williams here.
As much as possible.
So everyone's got Hamilton been pit, to be fair, but Colapinto stayed out. Piastri, let's see how quick Piastri is. 1.7 behind us. Sainz would have lost a lot of time there. Yeah, Piastri not gaining on us yet. It was about, what, 1.7, 1.9, so it's kind of staying the same. It's now looking like it's going to cross over to the Inters. Mario Alonso, thanks for the follow. Yeah, looking really promising. Thanks to F1 Manager, they've had to make major changes. Yeah, exactly. I think they try to get away with certain changes under licensing agreements or using it as an excuse for a while. And F1 Manager has made them think otherwise with that. Right, the rain is coming quite heavy now, so this is now looking like not the greatest of decisions, but let's have a look. We're not going to lose 6 seconds though, surely, are we? On one lap, we're holding them up a treat. Come on, we need to get in now. We're about to get in. It might have just started to lose us a bit of time here. The Ferrari's going to have to get out of the way because we need to get into the pits. Right, we're in. Now I'm slightly worried where this Williams is going to be because we started to lose a lot of time there, second half of that lap. We really need to see where Albon is. Right, Maloney's in as well. Here comes Franco then. Hopefully a clean stop. He's going to need it now. 2.8, not the quickest, but no mistake in there. Where is Albon, though? He's there. We should be out ahead of him. It's going to be tight, though. It's going to be very tight. There is Albon. And there you see the amount of time we lost. So the gamble has not paid off for us there. But as I say, the main thing for us is to fight Albon for P10. We haven't lost the position. We've lost a lot of time, though. We've given about 5-6 seconds away to Albon there. Got to get these tyres in the window now as well. Use a bit of battery. And Maloney out in P18, and he's going to the end on these tyres. So Maloney is literally on that strategy now till the end.
The gap ahead is 3 seconds.
But what are we saying then, chat? Who's on pole this weekend? As I say, let me know your top 3 or just let me know your pole. And Albon's going to get a nice tow here. No DRS, of course. But he's getting a nice tow. His tyres up to temp. Franco trying to work his up to temp. He's got to fight this hard. And he does. It's important we stay ahead whilst we get his tyres up to temp. Then try and pull a gap. Random User, thanks for the follow. CV, thanks for the follow. The Magician, thanks for the follow. Alright, so we stay ahead of Al. Oh yeah, this is crucial then that we just stay ahead of Albon. Albon really pushing though, isn't he? I'm hoping Albon is just pushing a lot on his battery and we're just fending him off here. Max Pole Piastri to make it a quadruple. Like it. Yeah, I think my predictions have been awful this year, and I think I've ruled Max out of the top 3 so many times this year, so I'm putting Max in it. I feel Lando's going to bounce back, though. He's taken a lot of criticism recently, Lando. So I'm actually going to have Oscar having a little bit of a wobble in quali. So I'm going to go Lando pole, Max second, George third, and for a bonus, I'll put Oscar Piastri P4. Albon again. This is worrying. It's either Albon's just completely using all that battery, or he's got better pace than us in this weather. But this is not great, and this is on us really, losing that 6-second gap. We've put ourselves in this position. Albon's got another chance through here on the inside, and Albon's going to get the job done this time. I think he's using less tyre than us. Jacko, thanks for the follow. So, not great for us here. We might just have to manage our battery now behind him. Top up a bit. Go to standard. And we'll have a bit of a fight with him. Obviously, there's no DRS, but if we can stay within that kind of second, that's just a nice range to stay in to get the toe. And of course, we can try for the overtake, but at the moment, I'm not that bothered about the overtake. Just want to keep getting the toe off him and build our battery back up. But Albon looking like he's got some pace at this stage, but again, we don't know how much battery he's using. We've got 5% more tyre life than him. Even already, he's starting to pull away from us, so this is quite worrying. Lap 37, we're due to stop. So we're going for another set of inters. And judging by most of these, apart from Lewis, maybe. But Albon, yeah, he's definitely going to stop again. The undercut might be the way on Albon here today. Anders, thanks for the follow. I hope you're well. Alright, let's go back to neutral. Let's drop this back up to aggressive. What's your team name? We're Maserati. So this is a Maserati team. As we see that Williams in front of us. Yeah, so we're Maserati. We started this in 2025, so this is our first season in this series, following on from our Team Lotus series. And if you want to check out more of our F1 Manager content, if you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile. In the profile, there's the YouTube, well, in my bio, you'll find the YouTube link. Head over to there, subscribe, and you'll find the Maserati playlist as well as our Team Lotus playlist. We stream this every Tuesday and Friday, but we have 2 episodes dropping a week as well, so that can all be found on YouTube. And of course, if you're already watching on YouTube, do subscribe and check out the playlists from there. So Albon, we're a second behind. I'm getting slightly worried about the pace of that Williams, to be honest with you. The tyre margin is, what is it, 8%. Let's just keep an eye on that tyre margin. So it's 7%. So it's between 7 and 8%. This is F1 Manager. It's not real racing. And as I say, if you're a regular around here, you know we don't really forward the on-track action. But when we do have quieter spells like this, we will forward on. It does look incredible, to be fair. Norris leads by Antonelli. They built up a nice buffer to Max Verstappen after that first round of stops. Where is George Russell? Championship leader, P6. This could open up the championship. We're doing a 20-race season this year. So there's 3 races to go after this. So we'll look at the driver standings after this race, but that's going to shake it up. But yeah, as I say, on this series, we do normally watch most of the race all the way through. But where we've got sort of quieter spells, we will just skip through some of the action and just keep an eye on our lap times. We, of course, keep the chat going. Maloney, P18, not really gaining or going anywhere. But as I say, he's on a 1-stop. Addy, thanks for the follow. What races have you left out? We have left out those that are quite poor on the game, to be fair. So, Bortoletto is past Maloney there. Yeah, Bortoletto moving up, but Maloney just, by the way, is on a one, so he's not stopping again. He's taking these inters all the way to the end. So he will go backwards a little bit in this stint. Yeah, we left out some of the races that aren't as good on this game, in my opinion. So we left out Miami, Qatar, Las Vegas, and Abu Dhabi. So we wrap up the season in Brazil. We've mixed the calendar up a bit. So the final 3 races of this season is actually Canada, then Mexico, then Brazil. So they're the next 3 races and the final 3 races of this 2025 season. And there's still 3 or 4 that could fight for the Drivers' Championship. We're obviously not one of them because we started this series with a poor start, so we're building up. But there's still a big fight on for the Drivers' Championship. Ferrari look like they've won the Constructors, but as I say, we'll have a look at those championships at the end of this race. So Colapinto is floating around about that 1 to 1.5 seconds to Albon. What is the pit loss here? The pit loss is 21 to 22 seconds. So Maloney, yeah, he'll gain quite a few. It just depends how quick everyone's going to be once they restop. But you can see the margin he's building up, Maloney. So we'll keep Maloney out there, plugging away. We'll see where he ends up. Stroll is dead last. His Sinter's down to 75%, but he's not actually a million miles away from Maloney now. 5.5, 6 seconds away. Jack, thanks for the follow. The best place for the season finale anyway. Yeah, exactly. I prefer a Brazilian ending. That's what she said. So yeah, Albon is actually, he's conserving his tyres and still keeping the gap. So unfortunately, I think Albon's just got a nice bit of pace in that Williams at the moment. I think we're going to have to try and undercut on him, as the track has momentarily gone dry. But it is now raining again. I was wondering why that had gone dry. It's because we had this little dip here. But actually, it's fine. It is raining again, so no concerns. But yeah, I like Brazil being the finale. Australia starts. We've got a yellow flag. Someone spun. Might have been Bortoletto because we're past Bortoletto. I think it is Bortoletto. It is Bortoletto because he's still off the track.
Here we are then, reaching turn 13. Whoa, and there it goes. And there's not much they can do about that now.
Big spin for Bortoletto. Never good on the tyres. That's going to damage him. He's down to 70%. That's a free position for Maloney. But yeah, I like the season finishing in Brazil. Like it starting Australia. I wish we still had a few races that I always remember though. Used to get up for Australia. Second race always used to be Malaysia. Obviously money talks these days, and we have races in cities, in streets. Street circuits is the way. In major cities pay the bill, and we've lost places like Sepang and Hockenheim. Obviously Spa will be going every other, which is, yeah, diabolical really, but hey ho. I don't think that'll ever change unless you had a breakaway from F1 or FIA, which will never happen really. Oh yeah, the new Spanish one. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I don't mind look, at the end of the day, I wouldn't really mind a circuit as long as it races good, but some of these newer circuits are just awful. And even the ones that aren't street circuits, they just have such massive tarmac runoff areas, and that's why we get all these issues. You never used to get these issues on the old style tracks because obviously I know there's safety question marks about gravel pits and what have you, but never used to have these issues about gaining advantage off track, because if you went off track you'd be into the gravel. But these newer tracks built with safety in mind, and because of that, as we see here at COTA, have massive tarmac runoff areas. But as I've been running on there, Colapinto is within half a second of Albon. That's why I'm looking forward to Imola. Yeah, I like a classic track. Although, again, even some of the classics have sort of more the cars, how the cars have evolved. They've outgrown the tracks, which have made it hard as well, which is a shame. As I say, I don't like to see constant street circuits, but I wouldn't mind them as long as they produce good races. But a lot of them are just being made for slipstream, heavy braking zones. You know, Las Vegas a really long straight, Miami really long straights into the braking zone. Don't get me wrong, it does promote overtaking, but it's... I don't want to say easy overtaking, but you catch my drift. Certainly, hopefully next year brings more exciting races. Yeah, it'll be interesting, won't it? It's a shame, really, because at the end of the 2021, it was obviously very juicy between Max and Lewis. But also, McLaren were getting close and Ferrari, and it was getting very close. And then we have a big reg change. So we'll see. We'll see. I just hope that next year we don't see a team nail it, which you probably will. I just hope we don't see a massive spread of the grid. But we'll see. Addy, hello buddy. Did you have a look at Amram's lineup for Chelsea? I've not had a look because I started the stream a little bit earlier to try and jump off my sins to catch up on the game, which I don't know why. But drop it in the chat if you don't mind, Addy, because I ain't got a chance to look at the moment. I'm assuming there's quite a lot of changes with Wednesday in mind, so... Amas, I'm assuming, and is Cheeto starting? Right, Colapinto, let's get back to this then. He's right on the gearbox, Alex Albon. Let's have a look at tyres now. Albon has actually conserved more tyre life, so we are going to go for the undercut in this race. Mercedes dominance coming. Yeah, that's the rumour. If they nail that engine... Oh, he's gone very strong. Has he gone for a bit of a final rehearsal then, Addy? That's okay, unless 2-3 players... Well, even if one player goes off injured, then he's gonna rue that. It's 12 seconds from Albon to Tsunoda, so we really are just fighting for P10 here today. We're due to stop lap 37, and I want to stop before Alex Albon. Maloney's going all the way to the end. We're not really concentrating on Maloney, but we'll see where he ends up. Defenders Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, Dorgu, Matsurawi, Bruno, Cass. Mount, has Mount got a start? Bruno's in the midfield? Yeah, Mount, Ahmad. Rasmus, I'm assuming? Yeah. Okay, yeah, pretty strong. Sainz fault getting worse. I think that's the final lineup. That's the lineup for the final, surely. If is Delit on the bench, or is he still out? Has he been officially ruled out? Right, Colapinto, is he going to have a go here on Albon? No. Mercedes dominance, yeah, so they are the Torg, aren't they? Obviously, it being very heavy, these new regs in 2026 on the engines, and Mercedes are apparently on top of that regulation and ahead of their competitors. But of course, there's a few customers running the Mercedes engine as well. McLaren, of course, Williams, so... If Mercedes do have the best engine, a few other teams are going to benefit from that as well. And as we've seen with McLaren, you know, it's not all about the engine, of course. A customer team can outdo the works team. That's why Ron Dennis didn't believe that, and he went back to Honda, and that really didn't work out so well. See how McLaren do after Spain. Yeah, it'll be interesting. They have brought a new rear wing this to Imola, though, so I don't know if that's to combat upcoming changes. No Garner or Ugarte, though. Okay. Heaven on bench, no Delit. Got a yellow flag. Briefly. Someone wide or spinning again. It's Jack Doohan who's had a lock-up. Probably primitive then. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw it very briefly. Just saw Ted on Sky going through all the upgrades, and I believe McLaren have got some changes to their rear wing, so I don't know if it's to combat those upcoming changes, or it's just an Imola specific rear wing, or it's just a new rear wing. So they might be trying things to get ahead of the curve on that, maybe. All right, let's start using a bit of this fuel with both drivers. Or Addy, what about Dallo, Dallo and Yoro? Did they make the bench, or they not travelled? I think he did say Yoro and Dallo are probably not going to feature. Johan, thanks for the follow. Right, what did we say? Lap 37. Let's just push on then, unless we get any drama, to lap 37. Addy Spurs went for a rotation squad. I guess. I mean, if they all play if they play well today and they win and we get through, you know, injury free, then it's a good, you know, dress rehearsal and it's a good confidence booster. But if we go out there, we lose and people get tight muscles or a knock, I can see his thinking, try and get some momentum going, but we'll see. I'm pretty nervous about Wednesday, I must admit. Right, what are we going to? Lap 37. Let's go lap 37. What's Albon on tyre-wise? He's 65. Albon is stretching his out a bit, so we should get a good undercut on him. We're safe from behind. We can't. Sonoda's pulled 18 seconds, so we are literally fighting for 10th here, unless we get a safety car, but we haven't got the pace of the top 9 here today. So it's all about this undercut. Our pace is relative to Albon. I think Albon's maybe, if we're pushing on the exact same strategy, I think Albon's maybe half a tenth a lap quicker than us. So if we can... Oh, Sonoda! We have got drama ahead of us. We have got drama ahead of us. Sonoda and Alonso come together.
Yes, we have.
Sonoda's in a real bad shape here. Oh, it's a big old lockup from Yuki. And he's going to get a penalty for that, surely. Alonso damaged. Yuki, he's going to have to box. So is Alonso, I feel. Gap is still 11 seconds to those guys. If they can repair their cars, they're going to put another set of inters on anyway. Sonoda going to get a puncture, perhaps, as well. Really slow him up. Gap is 10 seconds. He's got the penalty as well. He's not got a puncture yet somehow. Down to 7%. Alonso has had to box. So will Yuki Tsunoda. His car is in awful shape. Is Yuki going to have to retire? Or can they repair that banged up Red Bull? Here comes Alonso then. A bit of drama has been injected into this race then. They've got to change the front wing. Yuki Tsunoda, they're having to wait to serve the penalty. And they're getting a new front wing on as well. And that's a very slow stop. Behrman's got a mechanical fault now. Things are starting to kick off in the second half of this race. All right, Alonso still showing us quite severe damage. He took impact into his side pod, so I'd imagine he's got some side pod chassis and maybe underfloor damage. Sonoda's still got damage. The rear wing is absolutely wrecked. In real life, that would be in the pits to retire. But he's going to carry on, but they may well both be slow now. So Colapinto's battle for what was P10 with Albon might be a battle for P8 now. That's giving us some drama there. Very nice indeed. No Dallo. He did quote that there's quite a lot of time in between to recover. Yeah, I was thinking that, to be fair, because obviously they've moved the game. Well, I think our game was scheduled for Friday quite a while ago, but they moved Spurs to Friday as well to compensate. But yeah, we've got, what, a good full 4 days of rest. So they'll play today. I'm guessing Saturday will be a full day off. Sunday, bit of a light session, light to medium, Monday and Tuesday, and then into the game Wednesday. So we'll see. Tino Tino, thanks for the follow. Jania. Probably butchered that, but thanks for the follow. Hope you're well, both of you. Having a good Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. Russell into the pits. One of the first into the pits. He's going for an undercut. He's fighting for the Drivers' Championship. He leads the Drivers' Championship. We want to come in lap 37. I really hope Albon doesn't box before us. I might actually just attack now. Use the rest of this tyre. Alonso 1.4 off Lawson. Be interesting to see his pace. But those tyres will be hurting towards the end of the race. Dane, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Let's push on again then with Colapinto. Try and get into lap 37. We really hope that Albon's not coming in before us here. If we can get an undercut of 2 or 3 laps, I feel we could take Albon here.
Copy.
And Maloney is getting past Isaac Hadjar here. Bit of a rear wing cam. But there we go.
How do you like that?
We always like it, Zane. Zane Maloney is moved up to 17th. Right. Do you know when practice 3 is? What time it starts? Practice 3 in Imola. I think it's 10, just before 10 a.m. I believe. Somewhere between 9 and 10. Practice 3 will be. Collar, thanks for the follow. Colapinto into the points. Indeed, a cheeky P8 today may be possible. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. As Doohan's into the pit. So this is where Maloney starts to go up the order a little bit. But of course, they're going to have better tyres at the end. And Maloney, if you don't know, is struggling with a gearbox here today. And he will be struggling with a gearbox for the rest of the year. Antonelli and Piastri in. I feel we do this now just to be on the safe side with Colapinto. Let's use a bit of battery. Let's really push into the box here. Because with some of those leaders pitting, it's obviously clear that they're starting to think about pit stops. And we really want to try and get an undercut on Albon here. And Albon is staying out.
Copy.
Shane is not an option to do opposite on here, because what we'd like to have done there is if Albon jumped into pits, we would have stayed out, but we wouldn't have no time in-game to react to that. So thankfully, Albon stays out. Colapinto in. We've got 21 laps to go, and our race really is here, I'd say. On this pit stop, needs to be clean. Oh no. Pit crew, please. Please let him go. It's over, chat. It's over. It's 10.7.
And there's been a slow pit stop.
10.7. We've lost 8 seconds in that pit stop. Thanks, pit crew. That's really, yeah. The undercut is off. The undercut is well and truly off. Maloney lets him through. Oh, that's diabolical from the pit crew. 10.8. That's an 8-second delay. Oh, that is... And it's the worst pit stop delay in game as well, when you get that one where there's... Officially, it's a jack issue. But it looks so stupid in game. They're just sitting there, not doing anything. If you get a wheel gun issue, it looks a little bit better, but that is just, yeah, the worst of the worst. So Albon could stay out probably for another 4 or 5 laps here, and it wouldn't make a difference. So the pit crew has done us there. They've killjoyed our excitement. And we've got to hope Tsunoda and Alonso are really struggling with those issues now. Because if not, we won't even be getting points. Sainz has got another yellow flag. Someone spun as Maloney's being challenged by Hadjar. Still a yellow flag. It's Antonelli. Oh no, Kimi Antonelli started on pole. He makes a lot of errors in this game. And he's fighting with his teammate. His teammate pushes him out wide. And Antonelli maybe finds a bit of puddle of water out there. And Antonelli's around. And he's down to P6. Russell's undercut, you know, might be good for the lead of this race. He leads the championship. This could be working wonders for George Russell. Because I think everyone else is going to box again. Right, Colapinto, we've got to be on a bit of a charge with him here. Albon stayed out, which is good. We kind of just need Albon to stay out as long as possible, really, now. Victorine, this is live, but it's a game. It's not real. It's not real Formula One. But we are in fact live with it. But it's not. It's not real.
Do your best.
Right, Franco, come on. Well, this is where we can't lose out. We're got a Frenchman in Pierre Gasly ahead of us, and we're not going to find a move around here. As Verstappen pits from the lead, but I think George Russell might be ahead of him. It's going to be quite close. That was a clean pit stop. Here comes Colapinto, though. And he does get that move done on Pierre Gasly. Quite interested to see what's going on for the battle lead. I think Verstappen... Oh, it's going to be tight. Going to be tight between Verstappen and Russell. They are fighting for this World Championship. And Maloney has got a gearbox problem. Or is it an engine problem? Max Verstappen does find his way out ahead of Russell. That's key. And he's got a 10% margin on him. Maloney... Yeah, it is his gearbox. As we know, he's got a problem with his gearbox. We need to claim at least P18 or above to get our sponsorship objective. So I'm going to... Normally, I'd probably retire Maloney at this point. We're going to keep him out there. See if we can claim at least P18. Of course, we're focusing more on Colapinto. Brian, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. And if you're in the stream, you haven't already, smash that like button. Really does help me out. Super appreciated as well. And if you're not already, do follow or subscribe. Hulkenberg into the pits. That gets traffic out of the way for Colapinto. And Albon stays out again. Let's have a look at the last laps here. Albon a 1:49.8. Colapinto done a 1:46 flat. We took 3.8 seconds out of him. If that continues, we'll make up the pit loss. We need Albon to stay out for another lap. We might actually have a chance here of jumping Albon, but Albon's going to have much better tyre life. That's the only issue. But we can go aggressive all the way to the end on this tyre. Let's just see. And we're coming up to his teammate, Sainz, though. Is that Albon? That's Sainz. As Maloney's past Hadjar. Sainz has had a spin. We'll get back to that in a moment. Maloney fighting with Hadjar. Got a gearbox issue, but he's still fighting. Still plodding on. Yes, I know, but want to know if you were live. No worries. Yes, we are live indeed. It's not a replay. Yes, Sainz had a spin, so that gets that traffic out of the way. Sainz could have played some games for his teammate Albon, but instead he's lit up the rears there. And Colapinto says thank you very much. So things opening up for Franco. Is Albon into the pits? He's not. He's not, you know. Just checking. He can't go to the end. No. Right, Colapinto, 4.8 off Tsunoda. So we're fighting Tsunoda. Tsunoda's with Alonso again as well. Alonso and Tsunoda back on the same piece of track nearly. Alonso's with Lawson. Well, Tsunoda, yeah, 5 seconds, but he's getting there. So we are 5 seconds off Tsunoda and then 5 seconds off Alonso. So we still need to capture that 10 seconds. Last lap, 1:46.3. Still 2.5 seconds quicker than Albon. So I think, and that's not accounting for our outlap. So I think we've took 6, 7, maybe we've near enough built up our pit stop to Albon. And he's not pitting again. He's going to have good tyres. He'll be able to attack on those tyres. I think Albon's going to throw away track position here. As Lawson comes into the pits. Lawson's having a nice little race out here as well. He might be able to get a point for RB. That's going to promote Alonso, Tsunoda and Colapinto. I've still got to stop here. So yeah, we've still got to get past Tsunoda and Alonso. We are closing on Tsunoda though, aren't we? What's our laps compared to those guys? Tsunoda's still pumping in 1:46 laps though. Alonso pretty slow though. It's going to be interesting. P8 might still be on. I thought I'd thrown it there. Leclerc into the pits. See if Albon pits this lap or not. Alex Albon coming around now. Albon does pit. Here we go. Barca, thanks for the follow. Lawson overtakes Maloney. Lawson now on fresh tyres. Maloney, I say, we're just plodding along, hoping for at least 18th for Maloney. But here comes Alex Albon. Colapinto, 10.8 seconds stop. Lost 8 seconds. Can he jump Albon? That's a nice clean stop. It's going to be tight. But I think Colapinto is going to be past here. He is. There's Albon. It's going to be a couple of seconds here. Colapinto moves back into the points, P10, and he'll have a bit of a gap on Alex Albon now. Now he's got to close down Tsunoda and Alonso. Tsunoda is getting very close to Alonso again, and we know what happened last time those two were close. It ended in an accident. That's why both of them have got damage. Albon's got 15% tyre margin on us, so he's got the ability to attack. But we have got track position by 3.7 seconds on Albon. Nico, thanks for the follow. FTHB, thanks for the follow. Hope you're both well. Right, Colapinto then. Albon 3.7 seconds behind. Let's just push on until we can close to Yuki Tsunoda here. And hopefully we can close to Yuki. We're not gaining massively on Yuki Tsunoda. I feel Alonso is slower than Yuki. I'll look at the leaders in a moment as well, see how they're doing. Gap is, 4 seconds. Tsunoda getting a bit of a toe off Alonso, so we're losing a bit of time there. Let's use a bit of battery, see if we can close up to them. Agile into the pits. We're not really closing to Alonso and Tsunoda suddenly. Time to use a bit of battery here. See if we can close that up a bit. We are getting there, but we're using a lot of battery to do it. Hell of a lot of battery we've used there. As Tsunoda sending one on Alonso. That might allow us to close the gap. Albon's still there or thereabouts. He's 4.7 seconds behind. Finley! Hello, buddy. How's it going? Maloney, how's he getting on? He's P13. Everyone will be coming at him, though, now they're on fresher tyres. Maloney's going all the way to the end on that same set of inters. 18th he needs to hold on to. What's the gap to 18th? About 21 seconds he's got on Stroll. You'd feel Maloney could hold that off. But who knows? Safety car would ruin it for Maloney. Although he could box, I suppose. Good, thanks. Good to hear, Finley. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Ready for the weekend. Hamilton boxes. Yeah, let's have a look what's going on up top. So, Hamilton, the last of the leaders to pit. It's Norris from Verstappen. Very close between those two. And then Russell in P3. Leclerc, quite a bit back. Colapinto has joined the fight here. But the problem is we don't want to get stuck in this battle because it's going to bring Alex Albon into contention here. Same, good to hear, Finley. Good to hear, buddy. Yeah, Albon now 4 seconds. I think Alonso is a bit of cork in the bottle here, causing us to lose time. I'm going to try and deploy out of this corner. You do deploy, but it looks like the Red Bull is as well. And is Yuki going to make the move? No, he can't get it done. Can't get it done. This may well open the door for Alex Albon, though. 12 laps to go. If we could get past these two quickly. But I don't know if we've got the pace of Yuki. It seems to be Alonso who's slow. And Nat, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. Come on, Franco. Got to use what we've got here. This is good. This might be around the outside. No, he's getting bogged down. And Albon is getting ever closer here. There he is. Good slipstream here. Yuki's going to pull out. We're going to get caught on the gearbox. So Fernando, though, here. Ah, this is slowing us up so much. Albon's just took half a second out on that corner alone. Oh, this is real bad news for us. Yuki's through. We've used all the battery here. That's pretty much killed us there. Need to get through on this final corner. Need to send it. Need to send it, Franco, and he is sending it. But he's got no he's got no ERS. So Alonso's going to out-drag him. Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong for Franco Colapinto, and it means Alex Albon is right with us now. Alex Albon got such a tyre advantage, of course. As Doohan's running wide. That's all good for Maloney, who just needs to hold on and get P18 here today. Verstappen's now into the lead of the race. Norris second, Russell third. Alonso is really struggling. Come on, Franco. We need to get through here. We need Fernando to try and hold up Albon here. But Albon's going to be tucked up right behind him here. All right, we're through. Is Albon going to get this done straight away here? Please, Fernando. Need that defence from Fernando. And Fernando does start to move defensively. But Alex Albon is going to send it. That was a long way back, and he's not going to make it work.
Okay.
And that is what we need. We need just Fernando to keep him there for a few more corners at least. Frustrate him. All right, Franco is on the back of Yuki Tsunoda now. It should be points no matter what now, because Alonso, I don't think is going to have the pace to get past us. So it should be P10 guaranteed. But it's P8 or P9 potentially here for us today. Lance Stroll, hello buddy, how's it going? Alright, getting the slipstream. Albon is past Alonso, so he's going to be right with us again shortly. It's not going to take him very long to get back to us. I think we're going to really struggle to fend off Albon once we've both cleared Yuki Tsunoda. Topping up some of this battery again. Marin, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. And Lance, thanks for the gift, buddy. Too kind. Thank you. Hulkenberg's past Maloney. Absolutely fine, Maloney. We want to hold on to P18. Got to deploy out of here then. And we are deploying. Deploying a lot of battery there. Exactly what we need to do. Get past Yuki Tsunoda. And we're through into P8 then. Right, Yuki, we need him to do the hold-up job on Tsunoda now.
Now we can see what happened.
Here we go. Here's the move on Yuki then. We use a lot of battery coming out of there.
Gap opens up for them.
It was needed. And we've got past him, and now we just need Yuki to try and keep out. If he could keep Albon behind for a lap, that would be mega, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Lance, more gifts. Thank you, buddy. Val, thanks for the follow. Alright. 10 laps to go. And the Albon's already all over Yuki Tsunoda. Can Lawson, has someone spun? Can Lawson get to Alonso here? Lawson's 7 seconds behind Alonso. Look out for that, as Behrman's had a spin.
Now this is turn 6.
Ollie Behrman right at the back, and he's going to stay at the back.
They go.
It's a big old spin. Massive spin. That's not going to be good for your tyres. Right, is Albon about to jump Yuki straight away? Yuki is getting a tow, though. And he might be getting more than a tow. He might be going for the move on us. Alex Albon, though, might be creeping up the inside of Yuki. We hope not. He's not. We're going to have to continue to top up while Yuki keeps him behind. Lawson, yeah, 7 seconds. Behrman, yeah, down to 56. Yeah, Lawson is closing on Alonso. Lawson might be able to jump Alonso, but it's not going to be for a point, of course. Lily, thanks for the follow. Antonio, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Tsunoda. I think this is where Tsunoda is going to lose out to Alex Albon, though. Unless he can get a toe off us, which he might well do while we're topping up. Albon has got 18% tyre advantage on us. But Tsunoda is getting a toe. We're doing a bit of a Science Singapore job here. Although it's not DRS. But we're kind of using Tsunoda to defend against Albon here whilst we build up our battery. Only problem is we don't want Tsunoda too close on their start-finish straight. He's getting a little bit too close to us here. Because he'll be primed to take the overtake. Alone, thanks for the follow. And if you're in the stream, you like what you see, please do press that like button. Really helps me out. Right, I think Yuki might be primed to take a chance and take a move here on us. So Yuki's got damage, but it's not significant enough that it's really slowing him up. In a way, I don't mind Yuki getting past us. It's Albon that I don't want to get past us. Right, 8 to go. Colapinto is fighting for P8. It's either going to be P8, 9 or 10 for him here. We're abusing our tyres, but absolutely fine at the moment. Just trying to top up this battery. Leave a bit of fuel in hand as well.
We need to increase slightly a bit more the lift off.
Maloney, Gasly's going to be past Maloney shortly, but he's got 13. He's got 20 seconds on 18, so Maloney is going to secure the sponsorship objective. Lance, more gifts. Thank you, buddy. And Lawson's now within 4 seconds of Alonso. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda again. And he can't make the move, though. Being frustrated. And this is good for us at the moment. Because we're just building up that battery all the time while we're fighting here. If we can start to deploy in the right areas, then we'll be looking good here. But I feel if Albon clears Tsunoda, he's going to be right onto us here. Let's just go neutral through up here. So we can use a bit of that battery just to keep that gap on Yuki Tsunoda. Here comes Yuki. You going to send one? No, he doesn't. So we could really just harvest through here. Just get a bit of harvest, get a bit of battery life back. This is us really till the end here. I think it's just about battery management. Lobby, it's today. Every day is today. And today is today. Right, the only thing I'm a bit worried about, is it going to dry out? No, it's not. So tyres should be good. Right, Yuki Tsunoda. Close again. But he's not going to be close enough. Right, this is good work. Just need to keep Franco doing this work here. Alright, another opportunity. Gasly's finally got past Maloney, but as I say, Maloney's target, we just want P18 for Maloney. He should be on course to do that. He's got 17 seconds, 17, 18 seconds. Yuki Tsunoda on the rear wing of Colapinto again, but he's not going to be able to make that work. Colapinto, I'm just worried if his tyres are going to last this whole race. I think they'll be alright. I've got 6 laps to go. 50%. Just want to see how quickly they're coming down a lap. So it's 50% when we started. coming down by 2% a lap, that would be absolutely fine. Anything more than that, we'll have to go back to standard for a little while. Let's just top up again. Keep Tsunoda there. We want to keep Tsunoda in our slipstream. Keep him as the buffer to Alex Albon. And he's not going to be close enough to make a move there, that's for sure. Right, there we go. Continue to push on them through this part of the track. 5 to go when we cross the line. Tsunoda looks a little bit closer here, though. Should use a bit of the battery, though, off this final corner. But yeah, Yuki looks a little bit closer here. Yuki might be able to make a move here. Franco Colapinto, no, he's going to be too far behind. Let's just ease off those tyres and a bit of fuel here. Because he's not going to be able to pass at this part of the lap, or it's harder to.
Copy.
But they're definitely getting racier behind us. Well, Yuki is certainly. Let's push a bit of that fuel again. Norris leads by 2.7 seconds. Yuki Tsunoda is going to have a good chance to make the move here. Yeah, Yuki very close this time, but we're using the battery well. But he's right in our slipstream. This is going to be a chance for Yuki Tsunoda then. We've kept him at bay for quite a while. Can we continue to do so? Yes, we can. He can't make that move. Just going to go light on those tyres. Keep cooling down those tyres a little bit. It's good work. Good work from Franco. Again, here comes Yuki. Gaining. Is he going to run out of road again, though? I think he is. Oh, Albon, though, on his outside. Can Albon hold on to that? Oh, Albon. It's going to be a problem if Albon's behind us, and he is going to be behind us. Alex Albon, now the car behind us. Let's try and hold him up.
Copy.
It's going to be difficult now with Albon behind us, that's for sure. This is a different task now with Alex Albon behind us. Albon's got such a good tyre delta on us. This is where we're going to have to use this battery. Boy out of here, but look, we're not shaking Albon as much as we were. Yuki Tsunoda, he's got much better tyre life. As Alex Albon, I think he's alongside. And this is why we needed Yuki to stay there, but Yuki's not stayed there, and Alex Albon gets it done at the earliest opportunity. That was always going to be the problem. That's why we're trying to keep Yuki in between us. But Alex Albon finally broke free, and that has gotten him to Franco Colapinto. It's got him to P8. Is there anything Franco can do? Can he hold on to him? We might as well keep pushing on this battery just to try and stay with him. But the tyre difference is nearly 20%, so I think that's going to be job done for Alex Albon. But we'll give it another go here to re-overtake. User, thanks for the follow. All right, Colapinto then. I'm going to deploy quite a bit of battery here. Four to go, including this one. But I'm not sure we can do anything to reclaim that P8. It will be at least P9 for us. Lawson did get past Alonso, by the way. Eduardo, thanks for the follow. 3 laps to go for the leaders then. We've got 4 to go. As I say, Albon's got 20% tyre life on us, so this is near on impossible to be able to get him back here. Well, let's have a go up here, see how much battery we can use. And no, Albon getting better traction on that fresher tyre and probably using a bit of his battery as well. So Albon remains in P8. We'll keep at it for as long as we can. Tsunoda's been dropped by 3 seconds, so even if we have to conserve tyres a little bit, we'll be safe from him. Maloney is P15. He is going to achieve the sponsorship objective, which is 18 for higher, so that's all we need to do with him. Colapinto then stays on the gearbox of Alex Albon. We've been with Albon through most of this race, if not all of it, but it looks like Albon's going to come out just on top. 50 seconds from Albon to the top 7, as Norris leads just by a tenth from Verstappen. It's going to be Norris or Verstappen to win it. Russell will claim P3. The Drivers' Championship is going to be very interesting to look at the end of this. We continue, we can see Albon, we can gain a little bit, but it's not enough. 3 to go for us now. So we're really close to Albon through there. I don't know if he made a mistake through there, but he's opened the door a little bit for us. But we've nearly depleted our battery here. Our tyres are about to fall off the cliff shortly. Albon's in much better place than us. I'm not expecting us to get back past him here, but he is going a little bit defensive. Is Franco going to send one here? Ooh, bit of a half look there. What's the traction like out of here? It's not been that great the previous laps, but this is better. Is Albon out of battery here? We're pushing on the battery. We're alongside. Now it's a drag into this left-hander. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Albon's got better tyres here. And that might show as we head to the braking zone. Albon will now have the inside, and this is where his tyres will have better grip through these 2 right-handers. Colapinto can try and stay with him here. And he is going to stay with him. And he's through, but we've used a lot of battery, so Albon's going to easily get this back here, because we've not got the battery to play with, unfortunately. If we can force Albon out, that would be nice. We're going to have to get our elbows out here a bit. But Albon should be breezing straight back past us here, as we've now got 2 laps to go, but we are completely out of battery. Albon should be up the inside here. And here he comes, Alex Albon. And there we go. Albon back through. Colapinto continues to fight it then. But I think that was all we had, really. Frank, thanks for the follow. Verstappen started the last lap. We've got this and the next lap to do. Just trying to harvest a bit of the battery through here. Then go neutral. Keep the tyres for the final lap. But Albon, we really lost a lot of pace through there. Yeah, Albon pulls 7 tenths there. Verstappen looks like he's going to win this one. Marius, thanks for the rose. All right, let's use a bit more battery. We're going to start the final lap here. I just don't think we've got the battery even to do this. Even when we got to Albon, he still have that pace to get back past us, unfortunately. But let's see. We're going to use full 12% out of this corner. Oh, no, he decided to use 8%, but here we go. Got the slipstream, but we're not gaining enough at the moment. Yeah, I think Albon's got us covered here. Our tyres are not in good shape. His tyre margin is, what, 23%. Verstappen wins it. Norris second. It's going to be Russell P3 with the fastest lap. Obviously, no point for that this year, though.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Maloney's finished because he was lapped, so he gets P15. We want at least P18 for him. He's done that. Colapinto down to 31% tyre life. He's not had great traction out of this corner. This is where Albon's been able to pull away. We're going to use a lot of battery here, though. Can Franco do anything? I don't think he's gaining quite enough. He is gaining, though. We're going to run out of this straight, though. Oh, we would have got DRS if that changed. We would have got DRS if that changed to dry a moment earlier, but it doesn't. And we're just going to see and follow Albon through here, aren't we? We're going to be staring at that gearbox all the way to the finish line here. Albon has done enough to cover us off. It was a good battle with Albon, but ultimately that pit stop cost us. We had a 10-second pit stop. We lost 8 seconds, and we would have been, what, 8 seconds up the road here, and this wouldn't even have been a battle. But it was a battle. It was a fun battle, but it's Alex Albon to claim P8, and it's going to be Colapinto to claim P9. It's another 2 points for us in a car that we may not have scored any points this year, and we're gaining quite a few, so we'll take that at the start of the race. But it could have been P8, but it's P9 for Colapinto. Maloney, with his battered gearbox, holds on to P15, but it's Max Verstappen that wins it. Let's have a look at that Drivers' Championship. I think that's going to be very tight at the front now.
There we've got the Haas driver.
Not sure we're seeing a Haas, but there we go. Here is the full classification. Max Verstappen up 1 to win it. Lando Norris second. George Russell third. Charles Leclerc fourth. Kimi Antonelli started on pole. Drops 4 places to 5th. Hamilton finishes 6th. Piastri 7th. Albon 8th. Franco Colapinto down 1, but 9th and finishes in the points. That's what we're aiming for. At least P10. And he does that by getting P9. Yuki Tsunoda, with that crash with Alonso, means he's down P4. Also means Alonso finished P12. As we saw, Maloney went for the 1 stop with a battered gearbox, but he is up 4 places. Finishes 15th, up 4 from 19th. But let's have a look at that Drivers' Championship then. And George Russell, well, he still leads it. It's been a sprint weekend, and Max has taken 12 points out of him. And there's only 3 races left after today, so you've got to say it's probably a 2-horse race now, with Hamilton and Leclerc dropping a little bit too far back. But it is only 13 points now between Verstappen and Russell, with 3 to go. So that is going to be very interesting. If Max beats Russell again in the next race, that's going to close even more. So it could come down to a final race here. Hopefully it does. As we've got 3 to go. Hopefully it comes down to a final race between Russell and Verstappen. But it is Russell still leading the championship, looking for his maiden world championship. Max Verstappen looking for his 5th in 2nd. Lewis Hamilton 3rd. Leclerc 4th. Piastri 5th. Norris 6th. Antonelli 7th. Yuki Tsunoda 8th. Alonso 9th. Zane Maloney 10th. No change in the top 10. There is a change in P11 though. Albon, by holding off Franco Colapinto there, gets 4 points, and it jumps him in the Drivers' Championship. So Albon on 27. Colapinto 26. Colapinto gets another 2 points. He's just 9 points off Maloney, so could be very close between our 2 drivers at the end of the season. Constructors, as I say, Ferrari were looking good for this Constructors' Championship, and they're still looking good. It's, what, nearly 100 points with 3 races to go, so that's pretty much done now for Ferrari. But the battle for second is very, very hot, I would say, because we've got, what, 40 points between Mercedes and Red Bull. So 40 between Mercedes, McLaren and Red Bull. So that's one to watch as we head to the final 3 races. Aston Martin 5th. They take 5 points across this sprint weekend. We only take 2, so it's 5 points. So we've still got a chance for 5th. Williams do gain on us, but we should have enough margin to claim 6th in the championship. And then it's Alpine in 8th, RB 9th, Nick Sauber and Haas. 3 races to go, and they're still yet to score. Pit stops, we certainly wouldn't have got anything for that 10.8 second stop. We don't get anything at all. Looks like we will finish P10 in that. We're continuing to improve our pit stops, but that does take a little while on this game. And as I say, we left Maloney out because we need money. We had less than $1 million, I think, before heading into this race. So that's why we left him out. Gets us that sponsorship objective. Claims us 1.1 million. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring us to the close on this one. Thanks for dropping into the stream. If you've dropped in for the first time, don't forget to follow or subscribe on your relevant channel. But we do stream this every Tuesday and Friday, so we will be back Tuesday from 7 p.m. to continue this series. So if you like what you see, do follow or subscribe and check us out again on Tuesday. If you've watched on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile, click the YouTube link in the bio. YouTube is the main channel for this series, so as long with these live streams, we also have 2 episodes a week dropping, so you can catch up on all the actions, not just the races. We have qualifying, the sprint races, and as I say, all the action from this series. So head over to YouTube, subscribe, and check out the playlists there. Thanks for all the likes, and if you haven't done so before I go, do smash that like button, and thanks for all the support and comments. I wish you a very good weekend. If you're watching the Formula 1, enjoy it. Hopefully it's a good one this weekend, and I shall see you back on Tuesday. Fells, how do you have the Maserati logo? It's designed in game. That's all designed in game. So if you YouTube how to create a Maserati logo, I think there's a few on there. I use some of those as inspiration, and then I edited it to my own style. But yeah, YouTube it. It can all be created in the game. Sander, bye. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks for everyone dropping in. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments. And even if you've not commented and you've sat there and watched,